That was a test. That's not what I was really going to say though.
Guess what?
Was Evan?
My videos, they're called Unapologetically Raw because of just that. It's one take.
Really?
So, yeah, like, so please tell me what you want to share.
Okay, so
When I found out that Wednesday was World Kindness Day, I thought about kindness in relation to how we treat each other. And I quickly went back and but wait, how do we treat ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
And so the question that I have for you today is, how do you show kindness to yourself?
That's a good question. I never thought about that. Actually, I need to show myself more kindness. But making sure that I give myself a lot of self-respect, pampering myself. Like, I don't always go out and get my nails done or my hair done, but sometimes I do it. And I really need to work on showing kindness to myself because I'm very big on giving kindness to others or being a caregiver, caring for others, but not so much as showing kindness to myself. So I think just doing more things for myself, or even just reading books, taking time out to meditate is a way to show kindness to myself.
I think that a lot of it has been me learning that. Because I think that as an empathetic person and just as a person who does care a lot for others, I always think more of how to show kindness to other people and what that looks like and how that's really giving the type of kindness that someone else needs. And so it's really taking a step back. And I think mostly how I show myself kindness is being gentle with myself. I think it's taken me a long time to really understand that I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and things are going to be difficult and I'm going to have a lot of trial and errors and sometimes I'm going to make the same mistake again and I just really need to be gentle in those moments where I want to be hard on myself or I want to be unkind and say those kind of inner thoughts, negativity that we put into our own existence by thinking that way. But I think being gentle with myself is a real way that I show myself kindness. I think that also I say no when I need to. I think it's something again that I had a lot of time, or I needed to take a lot of time to learn and understand that, because I used to think a lot that if I'm telling someone no, that that speaks to the type of person I am or speaks to the way I feel about them. And then I've gotten to the point and to the age of where realizing that I just need to say no if I don't want to be there. I'm too old to do things that I don't want to do. I'm too, I love myself too much to put myself in spaces where I don't want to be. And I think saying no and really understanding where my capacity is and what I'm able to give to other people, that's another way that I show myself kindness. And I think in another way too that I am in turn I'm showing other people kindness by being able to actually express what I need or what I can give, and that's being kind to myself. I think some other ways that I show myself kindness is I think laughing at myself too. I think a lot of times instead of going into that pattern where I'm negative about something that I did, I just laugh at myself, be like, oh, you're so silly that you forgot this thing, or that you did that again, or you looked for this thing the whole time in your car and it was actually in your purse right next to you, or things like that, to where it's kind of finding the humor in the mistakes or the things that I may be doing wrong, or the traits about me that I want to get better at, like being forgetful, being more organized, right? Kind of finding the humor in that and allowing myself to kind of laugh at myself and be silly. I think I have a long way to go to be more kind to myself, but I feel like the small steps that I take to, you know, after a long day, get my favorite meal, even if that means driving way out of the way and being in traffic and, telling my friends, oh, you're getting this. Well, I'm getting this meal and that's what I'm getting for myself. Or also like being kind to myself by like allowing myself to ask others for help, allowing myself to ask others for support, and just to say, hey, I need you right now, or I need this, and that's definitely something that's been really, really like a journey for me to get to, because I sometimes feel like I don't deserve that kindness, the kindness that I give to other people, and like how I give it to them. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve that back. And it's a real thing to overcome, to be able to kind of ask for that support and show myself that kindness in that way, and show myself that I deserve the type of kindness that I give other people, and that I deserve that back, even if it's not the same way that I can provide it, but it's similar ways that I can receive it. I think I also show myself kindness when I allow myself to be creative, or to express myself in whatever ways that looks like, whether it's drawing, painting, doodling, screen printing, like, visual arts, that kind of thing, or whether it's like dancing or singing. I think I didn't realize people don't just dance or sing by themselves, or with themselves, or with people that they love and care about so much. And it's something that I definitely talk to my clients about a lot, about, do you dance when like by yourself, or do you like sing by yourself, or like doing those things that like just make you feel good, and it's not for any other purpose but for you to kind of express that emotion, or whatever it is that you're thinking and feeling in that moment. And so I think that like the more I allow myself to do art, or sing or dance, or just express myself in that way, also like being silly, or just, I don't know, kind of loving on myself more, allows me to feel more kindness for myself. But I really think that above all, it's just being gentle. I think the way that we're raised, and the trauma that we've been through, and the things that we've normalized, especially around like abuse and treatment of relationships, and how we give, and reciprocation, and also even the expectations around reciprocation, doesn't really allow a lot of room for us to be gentle. Also, like just the thoughts that come around, like imposter syndrome, or come around I'm not good enough, or I don't have this already there, and I'm at this point and other people are here. There's a lot of that comparison, doesn't leave room for me to be gentle, or for us to be gentle and kind, because we're so, I don't know, worried about like the other foot to drop, or something else to break or fall, or someone to figure us out, or figure that we're not supposed to belong here. And moments when I start kind of spiraling into that overthinking, I really get to the point of thinking that I wouldn't talk to anybody else like that. I wouldn't treat anybody else like that. I wouldn't compare someone else like that. And because I don't do that to others, why should I do that to myself? And so I think it's really just being a lot gentler to myself, even when I should be maybe a little, not hard on myself, but more disciplined. I think it's also just understanding that that's where I'm at in my process. And so, maybe if I was supposed to do something and I didn't, or it was supposed to happen the way it was, just understanding that it's okay, and I'll figure it out, or I won't, but I'm still going to move forward and try to be a little bit better than before. And like I said, a little bit kinder and gentler to myself. Oh. Oh.
I've just been getting into the whole self-care thing, like with intention. So different ways that I've been.
Start, I do yard work.
We're recording.
We recorded.
Yeah.
Different ways I've been showing.
Thank you. You want to stay around to answer the question?
No, I have to go.
You sure? Exchange. Exchange.
You say you're busy.
I know, but
Yeah, I gotta go. I got a client to meet.
all right.
You give me a call.
All right.
Thank you.
It'll be
Nice
too
day.
late.
Give
Bye.
me a call. Should I start over?
No, I can't cut this. This is just the
Okay.
video.
Word. So the ways,
If you want to, though, you can.
well, the ways that I've grown to show kindness for like towards myself is just by setting aside time for me. I get easily distracted by like other people and like what they want and their needs, which are also very important to me, the people around me and like what they need. But just setting aside time, you know, to do things that I enjoy doing, like meditating or creating, you know, checking in with myself is a way that I show kindness to myself, you know, not like dismissing myself. And also just like, yeah, healthy conversations with myself too. You know, like when I feel like down or if I feel, you know, some type of way about myself, I just do the work to, you know, have better self-talk. And, you know, that's the way that I'm gentle with myself.
Perfect. I took a pledge last 12 days ago. Called girltrek.org. It's an organization that supports women of color who are supporting their wellness, their health, and knowing that self-care is a radical political movement. And so I took the pledge to walk every day for 30 days. And I'm absolutely just reversed the direction, absolutely certain that I totally did the right thing and that my body, my mind, and spirit have all aligned in this wonderful, wonderful journey. This morning when I was out at the crack of dawn, beholding Mother Earth and just walking and feeling and sensing everything that was happening in my body and just experiencing it. As I walk, I say my affirmations aloud, and the ones I'm working on are gratitude. This being the month of gratitude, but gratitude especially for myself and being able to look in the mirror and say, yes, I'm enough. Yes, this is it. And yes, I can do this. So that my kindness is just showing up for myself and showing out as myself. So it's perfect timing for kindness to be shown to myself as I embark on this journey for 30 days. And not only am I, the kindness in me is not only being exemplified through what I'm doing, but it also is a vibration that's sent out to other women on the planet. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's begin our spinal flexing.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
I show kindness to myself by going to get a haircut. I show kindness to myself by making sure I go to sleep at a good time so that the next day I'm feeling good and I'm not feeling groggy, and make sure I take care of myself. I make sure I eat the right things. I'm self-conscious about what I eat. I want to make sure that my body is good so it can take me the long way. So I feel like if you're kind to your body will be kind to you, and the universe will bring you great things. If you're kind to each other, then, good things will come. That was a test. That's not what I was really going to say, though.
Guess what?
What's happening?
My videos, they're called Unapologetically Raw because of just that. It's one take.
Really?
Yeah, like, so please tell me what you want to share.
Okay, so on this World Kindness Day, I want to just challenge everybody to put down the guns, stop killing, the young kids in these streets, the women, the other men, everybody, just put down the guns. I challenge everybody in America, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, everywhere where there's a major gun violence problem, just put down the guns, talk about your issues, be kind to one another, see what the problem is, grow with each other, build a community, build a nation within ourselves, and be better. That's what I feel like kindness is about. I feel like kindness is about loving yourself so that way you can love others, and that's how we have to be. No matter how hard it is, I need you guys to take that challenge with me because I'm taking that challenge within myself. So that's how I feel about kindness.
Good, thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow. I have a hard time with this because I guess I would describe myself as a perfectionist at times. And when I see things in myself that don't align with what I feel is how I should be, even though I can only be what I am right now, I kind of kick myself. And I had a situation actually last week where I made a mistake and I felt very sick to my stomach and realized, wow, this is becoming physical now. What I feel towards myself is almost becoming physical. So that's how I'm not kind to myself. Lots of repeating my mistakes over and over again. But when I am having a day where I am reflecting on my reality in a way that I can see both sides, good and bad, and where I can see I always say the little things, but in retrospect, they actually become the big things. But when I'm more aware of the little things, I feel like when I'm kind to myself, I allow myself to write, to process things through writing. And when I'm not writing, I'm holding things in and stuffing my feelings down. And so that's how I know the difference. And usually usually it's during a moment where I don't feel rushed. And I just tell myself, you know what? The world can wait. This is what I got to do for me. So yeah, I'll write. I will. And that looks like journaling. That also looks like poetry, and that looks like adding to my play that I pulled out about 3 weeks ago. I hadn't touched it for 3 years actually, and I reread it. And I was like, man, this is good, And so me being kind to myself allows me to be creative. So when I'm creative, I don't have to, it's not necessarily an escape, but it's a way for me to invite my experience into whatever I'm doing. So like even with my play, it's somewhat based on my life, but I get to change things up. I get to make up an ending, and so that's being kind to myself, because I get to have
room to think of alternatives, alternative endings, and alternative worlds. And if we can imagine an alternative world, then we can dream, then we can change, then we don't have to be stuck where we are. So that is being kind to myself. This is being kind to myself, expressing myself, and also allowing myself time to think about what I'm saying instead of feeling like, I gotta say it all, back to back, no pause. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to be kind to me. This is being kind to myself. Hugs.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was fun.
I was gonna. Oh my god.
Do you need more?
Oh my God,
Shots or?
because I just turned the camera off before stopping the record, but then
Okay.
I was gonna say if that wouldn't make sense for it to just. I already just checked it. It's here. That's why I
Okay.
said, well, that was gonna say.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. I just got a little teary eyed. That's all. I was gonna ask you about your play, so it's cool to hear that you put it out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that it had been that long though.
Yeah, it had been.
I did not know that.
You know when you feel, because there had been a season my dad had passed.